Happy Monday, happy NTI day 23. We're gonna do intro to right triangle trigonometry. I've already started writing out some of the notes with some blanks to fill in. You can grab a piece of paper if you'd like and fill them out along with me. You can always pause this video at any point if you need more time to write stuff down because as you all know, I write way too fast sometimes. I already tried to film this video once before this, but my cat sabotaged it. So we're gonna try again. So a trigonometric function is a function whose rule is defined by a trigonometric ratio. And then a trigonometric ratio compares the lengths of two sides of a triangle. We're gonna be using a Greek letter in this unit, the Greek letter theta, which looks like a 0 with a little slash through the middle. It's used to represent the measure of an acute angle in a right triangle. Again, I know that's a lot of words, so if you need to pause in order to write all that down, you are more than welcome to. And then we're going to talk about 3 of our 6 trig functions today. So we've got sine, cosine, and tangent. There's 3 others, but these are the only 3 we're going to be doing in this video. So sine is shortened to sin, and then we put that theta next to sine because that's the angle that we're looking for the sine of. And the sine is opposite over hypotenuse. So now say we've got a right triangle, right? Excuse my drawing. And say we've got a right angle here, and let's say this is theta. That's the angle that we're going to be basing everything off of. So say we've got x, y, and z for our sides. So theta's up here in this top corner. That's the angle that everything is about. So if we're looking for sine of theta, we're looking for the opposite over the hypotenuse. So opposite of theta is directly across from it. So our sine here would be z over hypotenuse, which is y here. So z, in this case, is the opposite, and y is the hypotenuse. Hopefully that makes sense. If you have any questions, make sure you email me or comment on this video, I guess, since it'll be on YouTube. So that's sine, basically. And then we have cosine, which is not very different. We just shorten that to cos theta, because again, that's the angle we're looking for. And then cosine is the adjacent over the hypotenuse. Now, if you don't know what adjacent means, it just means it's the angle next to it. So if we had that same triangle, and I know it doesn't look the same, but that's just because I'm a bad triangle drawer. X, Y, and Z in the same spot, theta in the same spot. Adjacent is the side that's right next to the angle. So where Z is the opposite and Y is the hypotenuse, the adjacent is X because it's right next to the angle. It's just, it's neighbor kind of. So cosine theta in this scenario would be adjacent, which is X, over our hypotenuse, which is Y. So cosine of theta equals X over Y, where sine of theta equaled Z over Y. And then last we have tangent. Now tangent we shorten to just TAN, and then you put the theta right next to it. And that is equal to the opposite over the adjacent. So we're not using the hypotenuse at all for tangent, just the other 2 sides of our right triangle. So again, let's say we've got that triangle, X, Y, and Z. Let's put them all in the same spot. we already know z is opposite because theta is in the top. We already know x is the adjacent and y is the hypotenuse. So for tangent of theta, opposite is z over adjacent, which is x. So tangent of theta equals z over x. So theta is the angle that we're interested in, the one we're wanting to find information about. Opposite is across from theta. Adjacent is next to theta. Sorry, just checking that you can see all that still. And then, in case you've forgotten, hypotenuse is the long slanted side of the triangle, always. Well, in a right triangle anyway. So that's how you find sine, cosine, and tangent for a right triangle. And a quick shortcut to remembering what goes with what is called SOHCAHTOA. This is something I'll probably never forget. The S stands for sine, the O stands for opposite, the H stands for hypotenuse. So sine, opposite, hypotenuse. That's how you can remember that. And then same thing, cosine, adjacent, hypotenuse. And then tangent, opposite. I put too many O's there, but that's all right. Opposite, adjacent. So SOHCAHTOA, that's something that can help you remember what these three trig functions are. I'm gonna write it again, just in case. SOHCAHTOA. It's important. It'll help you remember whenever you don't have the resources right in front of you, but you will for this unit since we're still at home. And then we'll do a second example on the bottom of this page here, just in case. And again, you can always replay these videos over and over again until it helps you to understand. So example 2, I'm gonna draw a nicer right triangle as best as I can. There's the right angle. I'm gonna put theta in the bottom this time. So there's our theta. Let's say that this bottom side is 3, this is 4, and this is 5. So 3, 4, and then 5. So I want to find sine of theta, all right? And I know sine, so, is opposite over hypotenuse. So here's my theta. Opposite of theta is 4. So that's my opposite. So that's going to be 4 on the top there. And then the hypotenuse, long slanted side, right? So he's over here, 4 over 5. That's my sine. And let's find cosine of theta. So cosine, we know that is adjacent over hypotenuse. So here's my theta. What's right next to it? Right down there. That's the 3. So that'll go on the top there. And then hypotenuse, same thing, still 5. It goes on the bottom. And then last we can find tangent of theta. We've got our theta. We know our opposite is 4. And we know our adjacent is 3. So it's going to be 4 over 3. Opposite over adjacent because it's TOA from SOHCAHTOA. So that is 2 examples of right triangle trigonometry, finding sine, cosine, and tangent. SOHCAHTOA, that's our shortcut. I know it's not much, but since the videos can be played over and over again, I figure 2 examples is good. If not, I can always send you extra videos showing how to do these. Today, our only assignment is for you to watch this video, and then tomorrow I'm going to post some practice problems for you to try out doing some sine, cosine, and tangent functions. I hope this is helpful to you, and I hope you all have been doing well and staying safe and healthy. Again, please, 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 please email me if you have any questions, and I will always try and help you through any NTI work that you need help with, because I know it's pretty hard to learn on your own at home. Thank you for watching, and thank you for working so hard. I really appreciate it. I miss you guys, and I can't wait until we get back to school.